Hey, the Daily Ticker brought to you by Pelican Brewing. Visit pelicanbrewing.com for more details on locations, events, award-winning beers, independently brewed since 1996. Pelican Brewing, born at the beach. We're going to get pretty loosey-goosey in the last hour and a half of the show. Just going to warn you now, I got some fun with audio. It's a Friday. We're feeling good. The sun's out. And it kind of begins now because whenever we talk to our good buddy, Eric Gundersen, we're feeling good. At Blazer Banter on Twitter. Go give him a follow. Check out the Blazer Banter Substack. Gundy, good morning to you. I'm going to start with the latest mock draft that just came out. The synergy on this segment is perfect. I have a Jonathan Gavoni mock draft that just got dropped, and I'm going to put a microphone in front of Eric Gundersen's face and get his reaction. With the 7th overall pick, the Portland Trailblazers select Donovan Clingan, center, UConn. And with the 14th overall pick, the Portland Trailblazers select Cody Williams, guard / forward from Colorado. Gundy, your reaction if that is the draft night?
You know what? I like it. I mean, I don't have Clingan on my list, but, I mean, the dude is 7'3" and is dominant in college. And I know they already have DA, but, like, we know what's going on with him. I mean, it's not exactly like he's talented, but like sometimes it's always about trying to unlock it. And you know, he makes way more money than Donovan Clingan. And if Clingan is good, that could open up a potential way to trade. So I mean, I think that could be a great play. And Cody Williams, I've said before, I like him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cody Williams kind of gets me excited. I know he's registered pretty skinny for a lot of people, but I'm like, he'd be in an NBA weight program. He could figure that thing out. I like the size, the athleticism, the ability to finish is pretty good. What do you make of the finals, Gundy? We got Mavs, Celtics. We were talking about that. Swag's worried we're going to have a dud of games because of three-point shooting. Dirt loves the narratives. Kyrie saging the leprechaun. Where was Eric Gundersen once it was confirmed we had Mavs, Celtics? How do we feel about this matchup?
I mean, I can't wait because, I mean, we talked about all the Kyrie stuff, but, I mean, for me, Luka, like the guy he's born in the EuroLeague. He loves these crazy atmospheres. And last night, again, the crowd's against him. They're going after him, and he just delivers another just like steal your heart game. And it's just like, if all those Boston fans are going to be going super hard against Kyrie, like, I could just feel like Luka getting the anger getting turned up, and I cannot wait to see him in the Garden. I think that they've got a chance.
How do you feel about that backcourt and the way it started and the way it's developed? Because I remember that being a very controversial trade, and my dumbass was one of the only people that was like, I mean, I kind of like it just because you're trying something, and you always fear about stars walking away, and if you don't surround him with, so they tried the Porzingis thing, it didn't work out.
It was ballsy at that time, Dirk, because
very
Kyrie
ballsy.
was in the midst
Not
of his...
great.
Yeah.
Things weren't great with him.
I mean, I definitely didn't like it at the time. I thought it was dumb. Like when they started playing last year, I remember they had a game against Phoenix after their trade too, and Phoenix looked like the better duo than Kyrie and Luka. And then you fast forward to this year, they just like have a synergy and like a telepathy almost. They're like the Wonder Twins. Like they just always understand when someone, it's not your turn, my turn. They're like in an actual like flow. They're like a real team. And it's like, it just happens so fast. And I was down on the Mavs before the season started, but then, watched a couple games. There was one game against the Lakers in I think it was in December where, Kyrie and Luka, they just took over the game, and it was just they were locked in, flowing so well. And obviously they had to make some trades to get better, but they just the way that they've evolved and understood, and I think also Kyrie just like understands that it's Luka's team, but Luka also understands that sometimes he needs help, and Kyrie can give him the help that he needs, especially in a close game.
Despite what Bill Simmons may say and has been saying, I want to be on the record and fair here. I've been wondering kind of throughout this season if Jalen was kind of becoming the alpha of this, despite the Tatum commercials, the Tatum conversation. Brown wins the conference finals MVP. Do you think he carries them to a title? I know they're a good team. They're a complete team. So I don't want to take anything from Drew or Kristaps. Is it Jason Tatum that puts him over the top? Is it Jaylen Brown? How do you feel about the Celtics and the pressure they face going in against Dallas?
I mean, I think the best thing for Jalen and Jalen Brown. I mean, Jalen Brown was, I thought, very deserving of the MVP. He made the biggest shot of the series. It seems like he's, almost like the emotional leader of the team. Like he kind of, gets them to rally. But really, I think actually the guy that was really, turning things around for them and really got them over the hump was Drew Holiday. In the last series, he was guarding Halliburton. He forced all those turnovers. He's making the right cuts late, and shout out to the Blazers for hooking it up for hooking it up to Boston, because if they don't do that trade, I don't think they're here.
Yeah, shout out the Crone Zone, man. The Crone Zone got that one done for the Celtics. Are we building a statue of Bill Walton?
I mean, statue. I've also heard about. I've also seen some suggestions of like a cool mural outside. Like I think there's got to be something outside the arena for Bill Walton and that team. Like there just has to be. Like it's the only championship, and he was like he's the legend, and I think we talked about having Dame have a statue, and it's like, I think that would be great too. But I mean, like the fact that Walton doesn't have one or some kind of honor outside of the arena with him and Maurice Lucas or Jack Ramsey, like they have to have something out there too for him.
Aren't we too statue thirsty? It's kind of getting embarrassing for us as a city, in my thought. It's like every day we have a new argument about a statue. Why you gotta be a statue? We're so desperate for statues.
I'm with you. I think we could be creative. I mean, we're supposed to be a creative town. I think. I think we could do a mural. We could do something else cool. Like I don't like almost like a walk of fame or something. Like I don't know.
Why not have a section of seats be tie-dyed?
I mean, what if they take like what the Clippers are doing and like do like the tie-dye section,
the fan zone or whatever.
Well, that section between the the box office and the Moda, and there's that like doctor right there in that like alleyway of the Moda Center. I thought if you were going to do statue, you do Statue Alley. And then we just shut everybody up. Everybody that you want to have a statue, there's like 7 statues. It's almost like the 76ers practice facility. You just walk down that alleyway, and there's statues on the left and right. Since we seemingly have like 10 people that everybody wants to have a statue.
I think we should build one of the free throw guy in his seat.
Statue
in the seat, constantly standing up. What do you think about that, Gundy?
As long as his girlfriend's there cuddling people.
Free throw guy, and Tan Portland Ken.
Yes.
What about Dancing Lady? I mean, where's Dancing Lady's statue?
Dancing Lady.
Yes.
Yeah. I love it. Maybe they all get like a Hall of Fame bust.
Yeah, there we go.
We need white guy with painted face with Brian Grant dreadlocks that shows up to this game. Like
Rasta
everybody,
Monster.
The Rasta Monster fan. Like
This is fantastic.
We're too thirsty for statues, man. We really are.
Last one for you, Gundy, before we let you go and get back to your morning poo.
He's in the country somewhere.
You're in the country? Where are you?
I'm out past Vernonia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Vernonia. Is Gundy still? Now you've had more time to look at these guys and the comps and the mocks and all that. Are we still anti-guard? Is Gundy still an anti-guard, or are you leaning on Sprague's argument of you suck, best player available?
Dopage.
I still think I'd lead no guard. But I mean, I like Topic, and he does play a different style than our other guards. He's more of like a connecting, passing guy. So maybe that could work, but I'm still leaning like, especially when like these guys are all like the word on the street with this draft is like it's a bunch of role players. Like I think maybe like this could be one of the years where you're like, maybe we're picking for fit instead of just BPA, because these guys, it's not really like we're getting a star either way, is what it feels like at 7 and 14.
Yeah. Are you outside of Vernonia for work or pleasure?
Oh, pleasure. I'm out here because it's nice, man. You guys talking about the sun out? It's great.
It is, yeah. It's a beautiful morning. That is true. Well, there you go. Blazer Banter on Twitter. Go give him a follow. Eric Gundersen, Blazer Banter Substack. Go check it out as we get closer and closer to the NBA draft. And the man who correctly picked at the start of the playoffs, the NBA Finals match.
And go check out his last Substack piece. It was really touching. He did a Bill Walton kind of tribute, and he tied in, much like you've shared dirt on the show with your dad and his stories.
Yeah.
He shares some really good stuff with his dad's experience growing up when Bill Walton was playing and what that was like and tying them together. It was really well done.
Well, enjoy pooping in the woods. Enjoy the sunshine. And thanks, Gundy. We always enjoy it, man.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Beautiful timing after I said he wrote a beautiful piece about his father who's just passed away and Bill Walton. And then you said, hey, have a good poop. Bye.
I mean, pooping in the woods is a bit of a conundrum, you know? It's not easy to do. It's one of the reasons I'm anti-camping.
Yeah, well,
where do you go? You go on a tree. You got to go lean
where
somewhere.
Where do you camp? I mean, there's usually toilets at campgrounds.
It's not if you're doing it the real way.
Oh, yeah, one of those camp trips. Okay.
The Daily Ticker is brought to you by Pelican Brewing. Visit pelicanbrewing.com for more details on locations, events, award-winning beers, independently brewed since 1996. Pelican Brewing, born to the beach. Let's dive into this Gavoni mock draft. I'm excited because it's all over 6'6". How do you feel about that? If that is the way that Portland goes about a month from now, I'll remind you of what Gavoni has in his latest mock, and that is Klingon at number 7, the center from UConn, 7'3", and then Cody Williams, the forward from Colorado.